Hey, welcome to Radio Counseling. Most of the time you can watch these in any order you want, but in this case, this is part 3 of a 3-parter of honor, discipline, and love. So if you haven't seen the other 2, you should probably go back and watch them first. So we come to the point here. Love. Not a 70s free love kind of thing, but very specific. Before we look at that, let's check on honor and discipline for just a moment. Now remember, honor defines us. It's what we believe most about ourselves and probably what we expect to see in others. These are clear and well-defined attributes because we have literally taken the time to list them out. Honor by itself is just an arbitrary set of ideals about what's important to you. Without love or discipline, it exacts nothing. It might as well be a line of computer code written on paper. Discipline by itself, well, discipline is just a chaotic series of commands without structure or reason. It's like my last boss.
Damn!
Discipline is what it takes to follow through with what's important to us. Now, if either of the above sound totally foreign, feel free to ask me about them in the comments. But try revisiting one of the other 2 radio counselings that I mentioned earlier. Love is what actually makes this system work, however. The trick is that this love is not just for others, but also for ourselves.
Of course, it makes perfect sense now.
Frankly, none of these mean anything by themselves. Love without restrictions is unhealthy at best, toxic at worst. You may love someone with all your heart, but there does always have to be restrictions. You shouldn't be putting up with being abused, or support someone who's actively being cruel to others. Why should you? Don't let that stay in your life. And when you fuck up, you need to love yourself enough to forgive that mistake. And then also look for ways to make amends. Love is flexible. Love bends to the needs of others and ourselves, caring about what's important and looking at that line in remembering that compromise is how we all live happily together. Now, when we begin to pair them up, things start to get a little more interesting. For example, honor and discipline. Well, look at the cute little Nazi. Who's a cute little Nazi? Who's a cute little Nazi? Yeah, you are. Who's a good little fascist? You are. Yes, you are. Because these two by themselves, that's all there is to it. It's all about enforcing what's important to you without any reason or fairness to it. And putting your ideals on somebody else is exactly the kind of thing that's going to create problems. It's impossible to justify enforcing your beliefs on somebody else without exception and without compassion. I mean, go ahead and try it. Let me know how it works for you. Honor and love are interesting because it's either lazy, hedonistic, or you're a victim. You understand what's important to you, but you indulge it wantonly. Or you establish that you don't think of anything as important as what you want and expect to have it handed to you. Or finally, you love others so much that you sacrifice yourself into them. Although that isn't truly love as we previously defined it, is it? Love and discipline? Well, without honor to provide structure, this becomes an arbitrary set of rules subject to the whim of a moment. This is dangerous ground, but many people live here. A phrase you'll hear often from that is, do it because I said so. Or other expectations of following rules without an establishment or why it's important. That means that when you make a mistake, it's hard to even see why or when you're making one. Honor basically provides the rules. Love gives you flexibility. It's how you can forgive yourself when you've made a mistake, and how you forgive others when they make mistakes. And it lets you let others grow and shine and be their own person while never sacrificing yourself in the process. Love thyself as well as thy neighbor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Lao Tzu all said that.